So, basically, in Toy Story 2, instead of using Rex's head, they should have used they should have found an alien toy, use its head instead. Because it seems like to bash its head into things or break things open.
What?
In Toy Story 2, use your head, but I don't want to use my head. They just used an alien instead, because they wouldn't even have had to grab the alien. The alien would just gone.
I know.
Busted it open for them.
Took a few times. I mean, Rex's head, it was just one foul swoop, so.
Anyway. Yeah, but it still would have got the job done.
So we just saw Alien Covenant. And
it's okay.
And it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not awful. It's really just pointless, though. I mean, it doesn't really do anything to bridge the gap between Prometheus and Alien, if there even is much of a gap at all, because...
Oh, no, I thought it did explain some things, I guess, and it did explain, in ways it did explain where the aliens came from, for the most part, I guess. Where they started, anyways. Not.
True.
I'll say that... Wait, no. Let's go with... I liked most... There were some, like, little Easter eggs here and there. Or, I liked... One of the things is the set design, especially in the ship, the Covenant.
So
which
design and the visuals are amazing in this movie. It looks great.
Yeah. For the second time in a row, the movie's named after the ship.
Yeah.
Like the ship in this, one of my issues with Prometheus was it's supposed to take place before Alien, and yet Prometheus is this brand new high tech ass ship, while the Nostromo is a piece of.
I was going to mention that. I mean, the technology on board the Nostromo, it looks like a really expensive Atari, and that it makes sense that they might vision it that way. It's because that movie came out in the late 70s. But so yeah, I think they should have taken that into account when making both this and Prometheus.
So I kind of want to ask
one people mention that and I don't know, and you might punish me, but there is an idea from Alien 4 that might explain this. That
Resurrection, you mean?
Yeah, right. Alien Resurrection. But okay, so the first thing is that people state that it's supposed to be high tech, while the Nostromo is like a truck. Like they're truckers in space. They're not going to have like the fancy ships or anything, because they don't really need it. And second, in Alien Resurrection, Ripley mentions that one of the ships she's flying is older than she is. So the Nostromo might be an older ship than the Prometheus. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. Also, I do want to mention, I don't know if you guys agree with this, another really good bright spot is, I really like Danny McBride in this movie.
Who?
In Tallahassee, the guy with the cowboy hat.
Oh, really?
He was really
Tennessee?
Tennessee. His name was Tallahassee, I think.
It was Tennessee.
Oh, are you sure? I thought it was Tallahassee.
I'm sure. Yeah.
But, he was really good in this film, actually. And this is like his one of the first serious roles I've seen him in, and he was really good in this. I think Michael Fassbender was also really good in this film as well.
And he's got two different personalities to play, too.
But, okay, I want to go back. But the Covenant, it has the same sort of architecture as the Nostromo.
A bit. It doesn't.
But not really. The Nostromo looks.
I know.
Yeah,
but
it looks the ship. Actually, the ship in Alien Isolation, the video game, actually looks more like the Nostromo than the ship did. Which is that game's a really good game, by the way. That's Alien Isolationism. Though. Once again, that one has the story to that one's not that great, but the alien and the aesthetic is really good in that film. That game, it looks amazing. I would prefer if they turned that into a movie than this, I guess. But
the architecture is resembling more of the Nostromo than the Prometheus, but it is a good half.
Yeah. Also, I do. We'll bring up some of the problems later, but like I said, the visuals are really good, and for the acting, even though a lot of the characters are kind of meh, is pretty good for the most part. And there's a small cameo by James Franco. Both
that has to be the biggest waste of a good actor in recent memory.
They did it in Prometheus too. Patrick Wilson's in Prometheus. He has a very small scene. He's Elizabeth Shaw's dad in a flashback, and that's it. That's all he has. So this is not the first time they've done it. They did it in the last movie too. So I'm just like, so why wasn't like, so it didn't bug me. I'm like, they did it with Patrick Wilson. They might as well do it to James Franco, I guess.
So we have a new creature in this, the Xenomorph.
Yeah.
They were interesting, I guess, though they were mostly completely CG.
Yeah, most of the CGI in this really was kind of iffy.
Yeah, the aliens didn't look that great. There were some scenes where I thought they did look pretty good, but for the most part, the CG on them was pretty meh.
Yeah.
Like, there were a couple, like, especially there's some parts where the alien would just, like, just a still of the alien, and then it would do something, and those parts, I'm like, it looks pretty good there.
It's the same kind of deal as, like, Alien 3. Whenever it's, like, a close-up of the alien, it looks fine. Whenever it's a wider shot, it just looks terrible.
To be honest, I think the best CGI alien was like when it sort of worked best was Alien versus Predator.
Yeah,
I just thought
that movie's not that. The Alien versus Predator is not that bad. The sequel though, Requiem, is terrible. But
it's a mess,
especially because of how dark it is. The lighting in Aliens versus Predator Requiem is awful. For me personally, that's like the worst like movie with the aliens on it. Way worse than Resurrection, because I at least enjoy Resurrection as a guilty pleasure. But that's just me and my brother who enjoy that as a guilty pleasure. Yeah, my brother actually has 2 copies of Resurrection, the Blu-ray copy because he got the anthology set, and then he got a DVD version because he wanted the original cover or whatever.
But yeah.
But yeah, I definitely But yeah, my biggest problem though, I think, with this movie is, for me anyways, is that the aliens aren't as threatening as they or scary as they have been in the past. They're basically mostly just
fan service?
No, like, what is it? They're like, because like, of course, it's more of David. They're basically just like obstacles for the people to get past, they can't just get off the planet. They have to fight an alien. Though I did like the scene where they're fighting the alien on that ship, and I did like the very end how they defeat the alien. Where I'm not gonna say what happens, but it's pretty cool.
You already know what happens if you've seen any of the other movies. Or are you talking about before the ship actually takes off from the planet?
Well, I'm talking about the part
because the way they defeat the alien that way, that was pretty cool, and that was
when they crushed it with a thing.
Yeah, that was a good confrontation.
But even like the second confrontation where she ducked and then it hit the alien with I thought that was interesting. I've never done that before. Usually they just shoot out an airlock or something.
Yeah, the thing is,
that does seem to happen more and more.
Yeah,
with the exception of Alien 3.
And that was kind of important because the thing that hit the alien was the log cabin that she was planning to build with James Franco. It had the log cabin on it, so that was kind of important. And speaking of good scenes, there's also a really good scene later on that I'm not going to spoil that I really like, that they use sound design. I'll talk about it later with you guys, maybe later.
The soundtrack is actually really good.
Music. Well, I'm talking about there's a scene where they use sound, just sound in general, not music. But yet the music is great. Like it's done by a different composer because of course Jerry Goldsmith is dead, so they got a new composer, and how he makes it sound like the original music is really good. But there's some good sound too in this, and of course, I think the shining grace, of course, is Michael Fassbender as both David and Walter. I thought he was really good, and like I said, Danny McBride too. I really like Danny McBride in this. Like that's basically every review I've seen. Even if everyone's hated it, they've all said they like Danny McBride. Every review.
So I think it's about time to bring up my ultimate issue with this movie.
You sure don't want to talk about maybe some other issues first with Pop, maybe Pop had.
Okay. Do you have any? What's your issue?
Oh yeah, there are other issues I have. I mean, for one, the ending fight with the alien, it seems completely tacked on. For one thing, it doesn't even make sense that it would appear because evidently it came from the guy who had the face hugger on him for like
character.
Yeah, he has a face hugger on him for like a few seconds until
I knew there was going to be an alien popping out of his chest though, because of 2 reasons. One, because the face hugger, you can't really get the face hugger off. They've tried. If the face hugger gets off you, it means it's laid its eggs. And two, the trailer showed that there was gonna be more the alien on the ship. So,
but it had to be there longer. I mean, if you've seen the first movie, you know how long it's on there for it to be fully formed.
It's like a day.
Well, you got to remember though too. And when Billy Crudup gets infected, usually the alien takes kind of a while to pop out. But when Billy Crudup, the very first when he gets infected, the alien just comes out like only a couple seconds, and then
there may have been some time that passed because it wasn't the same scene.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying that it still felt John Hurt still had time to get up, have food, and then it popped out. Like he still woke up for a bit. Billy Crudup just was like woken up and then the alien just popped right out.
I guess, but
considering just how shortly the face hugger was on there, wouldn't it have been cool if maybe the alien came out looking like really deformed or something because of the short time?
Maybe, I don't know.
But anyway,
it looked like I said, if it wants. The only reason it came off was because it was finished. So even though it was fast, it's just like
it came off because he like sliced it open.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. They tried that before and it didn't do anything. There was that scene in the first movie where they tried to poke it.
Well, yeah, they kind of nicked it, and then some acid blood came out.
Because you got to remember the thing that's really attached is it's the neck thing. It's still if they killed it. It wouldn't have let go. It would still have been holding on to the neck.
Okay. It's been documented both Alien and Aliens that they would rather die than get pulled off, and they will take the person with them.
Yeah. So regardless, the entire sequence felt completely tacked on. It's like Ridley Scott heard the complaints about Prometheus that it didn't feel much like a good old Alien movie. And so just thought, okay, so to please those people, we'll just scotch tape kind of an old-fashioned alien scene on at the end, and it won't really do much.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
So
it also contains a really unnecessarily gratuitous scene where it attacks two people in the shower.
I don't know. That didn't bug me because I'm used to slasher films, anyways. Because there's a lot of slasher film moments. Like there's the scene where everyone keeps like, "I'm gonna walk off and do something." Oh, there's a thingy that here's to kill me. I'm dead.
Is it just me, or does that hood ornament over there kind of look like a xenomorph?
Huh.
Right, the car right in front of us.
Oh, maybe, but could be a fan of Alien. He came to see. I don't know.
That's but Jaguar.
You know, it's weird. The Xenomorphs are supposed to be the ones that are supposed to be like the advanced class, but the Neomorphs actually have a much better way of infecting you. They have little bugs that go into your throat, go into like your nose.
That was interesting. It's just like all these dust particles flying around, and they go into
they're bugs.
They're bugs.
Oh yeah, little microscopic insects.
They're like little mosquitoes because he showed what they look like. They're like
they kind of looked like they were forming a big one of them.
But yeah, they basically just that's a much harder way. A facehugger you can at least kill before you can get it on you. But if those bugs, you'd have to at least have a flamethrower to get them away from you.
Yeah. Or at least just a can of bug spray, maybe. It probably might not even work on those guys.
Okay, so can I?
Yeah.
Is it time? It's time.
Go ahead. Yeah.
It will contain a spoiler. According to this movie, the Xenomorphs were ultimately created by David.
Yeah.
But there's an issue with this. Can anyone say it?
The Queen.
Oh yeah. Then how does the Queen fit into this then?
Not that. LV-426. There's a ship there. And that's been there for years.
Yeah, the semicircle one.
Yeah, there's another one on that ship, full of facehugger eggs. Ha.
Yeah, why would he put them there? I mean,
No. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
There were no other ships left.
I don't know, maybe he found a way, because there is still another movie coming up.
Hopefully.
So they'll probably explain it in that one, maybe. I don't know, because you gotta remember, I don't really know if Ridley Scott's even remembering his old film. Because a lot of directors don't tend to like to watch their films from what I've learned from class, because they always see problems with, like, man, I shouldn't have done that or something. Because I've learned from film school, because I remember we were supposed to watch a short film. This one guy who was a filmmaker came, and he was showing one of his short films, and he left the room because he just couldn't bear to watch it, because then he'd just go, man, there's so many problems I should have fixed.
Like okay, let's go back to Alien. When the crew of the Nostromo find the ship, they find the engineer, space jockey, there. It is actually grown into the seat. You know how long that would take?
But this takes place like way before that, so it's probably...
No, it would have taken long before that.
Well, this takes place in 2104. What year was Alien?
It's never actually said.
I think it did at the beginning, didn't it? When it...
No, it's never said. In the movie.
Okay. Okay.
And then the eggs are just there.
Okay, so I thought you were talking about the Queen. The Queen, for me, the Queen thing, since this is an alien movie, it's all science based. It's probably the Queen showing up probably has something to do with like evolution or something, because since David probably dies eventually, he can't watch. Someone probably kills him or something. He probably can't microcrate them anymore, so they probably have to find out. So they probably involve a way to make their race continue without him or something.
Actually, there is a deleted scene in Alien that you know how the Xenomorph, it always carried away the crew.
Yeah.
In a deleted scene, Ripley finds Bert and Ash. They're cocooned, and the scene implies that they're being transformed into Xenomorphs.
Oh.
But she destroys them.
I don't know. I'm just saying in terms of the movie, anyways. But yeah, I don't know. It's actually, I haven't seen I don't know what's going on, if they have plans for something else. Because is there supposed to be more?
Yeah, there is. I mean, Ridley Scott has it intended for there to be a trilogy of these prequels. So yeah, there's going to be at least one more.
Okay.
The next one's going to be named after the ship, isn't it?
Yeah, this one doesn't really have me looking forward to it, though.
Though I'll still see it. I'll
still see it.
I still really want to see
love these things, man.
that Alien movie that Neil Blomkamp was said to do, but at this point, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So
depends on what happens, how much money this one makes.
I'm not sure it has anything to do with that. I mean, that's supposed to be the one that retcons 3 and 4.
Do you think we'll ever see the ridged ones again? The ones with the ridges?
Yeah, from Aliens.
Yeah. You know why they have those, right?
Nope.
So, according to the set design, when they were looking through the original Alien, they took in the smooth dome and visualized this thing had only been alive for like 24 hours, maybe 2 days at most. So the ones in the colony were probably alive for much longer. So the ridges develop as they mature. And you know what? I want to say this. Okay, first time
I don't know if they'll go, because that was also just, I don't know if Ridley Scott's going to go with that. He might retcon that because in Aliens they just wanted it. The reason why they decided to do it because they wanted to design them differently and to involve the series or whatever, because that was the plan anyways. But Ridley Scott he's obviously infatuated with H.R. Geiger's original design, so I don't know if he's gonna.
It's a good design
because if he wants to continue it, if that's what he wants. Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying he's probably, since he's in charge, he's probably gonna do the way he wants, not and retcon everything else and say, nope, this is the way I want it. It's mine, which is kind of a bummer, because I would like to see, as much as I like Ridley Scott and I've enjoyed the first Alien and all that, I would like to see other people handle this series, at least people who make a good movie, anyways, or anything. Not like Neil Blomkamp. I think from what I've seen from his concept art, looks interesting. I would love to see his Alien, but I guess we're probably not going to get that, and that kind of bums me out.
At least keep the key features that have been utilized by, like, the sequels. You know?
Yeah.
Like keep the Queen.
Yeah, I think my
there's
original biggest problem with this movie, because I saw this yesterday, was my original problem when I first saw this was I didn't like the idea that the aliens were created by David and that they're basically just like his tool. Basically, just felt like his tools when I first saw this. Now that I've seen it again, I'm just like they'll probably find a way to just go on without him, and if he dies, because they might kill him off in the next movie. I don't know what's going to happen, because they never do. Well, because there's a twist with the robot with one of the, because there's two robots, Walter and David, and there's a twist at the end that I saw coming, by the way. When I first saw this, I'm like, this is gonna happen, and it did. Especially because there's like one scene with a knife. I'm just like, thank you for the. If they just cut that out, I wouldn't have known. I probably wouldn't have guessed.
All right, so.
But overall, I like this a lot better this time when I saw it. Mainly because I think
I still liked it.
Because the first time I went with because I started to get my expectations a little too high. Because when I first saw initial stuff, I was always a little nervous. But then I started getting a little too excited, I think, and I was disappointed But now that I already saw it, I was like, my expectations were a little lower, and so now I'm just like, I still don't think it's great. I still think it has a lot of problems, but.
We get another POV shot.
Yeah, but I still think I still kind of enjoyed it anyways, even though it was okay, and a lot of the characters weren't that great. Most of them were just cannon fodder, which is kind of a problem. I wish we got to know the characters a bit more.
So what's your grade then?
You can grade it first.
Okay,
you first. This is your show, man.
Well, it doesn't mean I have to do it first all the time. But anyway, I'm gonna grade it a C. I just didn't feel like it. I don't feel like it had the series really go anywhere. Yeah.
I give this a C plus. The major issue that I've mentioned does kind of leave me confused, but it is still, I feel, an enjoyable movie.
Yeah, so even though I said I enjoy Alien Resurrection, it's a guilty pleasure, I still don't think it's like a good movie or anything. But this is definitely probably the best Alien movie I've seen in a while, I guess. But still, I still want them to move on and do something new. That's why, like I said, I want Neil Blomkamp film. So, but I do definitely have a higher opinion of this one than I did the first time I saw it. I'm gonna give it a B minus. It's not great. It could have been a lot better, but still, it was still enjoyable for the most part. Mainly just because of Michael Fassbender and Danny McBride are really good, and there were some fun moments like the scene where they were fighting the alien on the one ship. Though another problem I did forget to mention was they only have one ship to transport people. Like that's stupid. Especially when you have so many colonists, why wouldn't you at least have two? I just that was just ridiculous to me. But yeah, so. Right.
Oh, I get it. One of the things in the original movie, do you remember the barge?
I think so.
A barge?
It was the oil refinery. Oh. Everyone mistook that for the Nostromo. And the thing that detached from it, the ship that detached from it, was the shuttle. Everyone got that wrong, and that's sort of a reference to that.
Oh, you talking about Prometheus?
No.
Oh.
No, in Alien.
Oh, Alien. Oh.
Large oil ore refinery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, Alien.
So the only new trailer that I was in there for, I came in later than you guys, was the newest one for War for the Planet of the Apes.
This is the final trailer.
Yeah.
You guys sure you didn't talk about this one during Snatched?
Nope, did not see it.
Oh,
yep.
Okay, but this is the very final. This is supposedly.
Yeah.
It's been certain places have called it the final trailer, but I hope so because I don't like movies that have a billion trailers. I mean, sure, this one for the most part I don't think is spoiled too much. This one so far has done a better job with its multiple trailers, but like stuff like Wonder Woman has had so many trailers. I'm just like, stop it, guys. I mean, sure, they haven't spoiled too much. Like, I think Spider-Man Homecoming has spoiled a lot of its film already. I just think they only need, like, one, I think, or one or two. Personally, I just think they should have 2 trailers. The teaser trailer and then a full trailer. They shouldn't have 15 billion. I understand, like, if they need an extra trailer, if they feel the buzz isn't popular enough. Like, I can't, what movie did that? Oh, wait, X-Men Apocalypse did that.
I thought Scott Pilgrim did that.
Scott Pilgrim did that too.
The second trailer I felt was better than the first.
No, I thought I think the first trailer for me was the best Scott Pilgrim though the second, but they did, like, I remember X-Men Apocalypse had a lot, like, that's why they did the Wolverine one, because they're trying to get buzz for this movie. Like, Wolverine's in it, now we have to see it.
Yeah.
It just, same thing with, like, I'm looking forward to The Last Night, but I hope there's probably going to be a billion trailers for it. But luckily they handled the last.
Oh no, the last one, the one that came out just a few days ago, the international trailer. They said that's the last one.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, and that one's just to show a bunch of the action. We see Bumblebee get blasted apart and then reassemble himself.
Bumblebee?
Yeah. And Grimlock's name is actually spoken for the first time.
I thought you said Star Wars, not Transformers.
You said Last Night, so Transformers.
I said The Last Jedi.
No, you said Last Night.
I meant Last Jedi. Sorry,
okay,
Last Jedi. It was gonna happen.
Yeah, so...
I must have accidentally said it because I saw the I must have gotten confused because there's 2 Last movies coming out this year, so I got confused.
Yeah.
Last Jedi.
Alright, so The War for the Planet of the Apes looks pretty darn cool.
Yeah,
it looks like it's going to be the movie that I thought Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was going to be.
Yeah, I've enjoyed all the Planet of the Apes movies, so I'm looking forward to this one too.
Yeah, I have. This one looks like the one I've actually been waiting for.
So every time we had Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, War of the Planet of the Apes. When the hell are we going to get to Planet of the Apes?
Well, we got to it back in 1968, so...
No, in this continuity. Because this feels like a... What is it?
It could be the same continuity,
and the effects
maybe.
keep getting better and better, too. Like, I remember in the first... The apes look kind of phony, but they actually look much better now. They actually look almost realistic. Very close. I can still tell a little bit, but for the most part, they look very good.
Yeah.
This might explain, like, the original movie. Like, the past...
Yeah, probably.
It's more of I think, a remake. But
yeah, that's true.
I'm still curious to see where this goes.
Yeah.
And,
so, this weekend, we still got Diary of Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul.
Not seeing that. That does not look good at all.
Yeah. And Everything, which
that on
looks
the
all right enough. Yeah.
It's fine.
So, you guys aren't going to be able to come to those tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm busy this weekend.
So, next week, then, we got 2 new movies. Baywatch is coming out actually on the Thursday. You guys, I know you're going to be available on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
I have class on Thursday.
Okay.
I got class on Thursday, but it's a pretty early class, so...
Okay, so we'll probably just do Friday and Saturday then. So,
and what else?
So it's Baywatch and Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
I'm looking forward to that one, actually. Surprisingly.
I'll give it a...
Mainly just because I like the directors. I still have their movie on Netflix.
Wait, what about, Oh... Wasn't it the guy who played Anton in
He's
No
a
Country
bad guy.
Yeah, I know. That's who I was...
Javier Bardem,
He was also Skyfall as the villain in Skyfall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Javier Bardem. Yeah, I love him. He's one of my favorite He's one of my
he's
favorite
really
actors,
good.
current actors right now. He's great, especially when he plays bad guys. So I'm looking forward to this one. I mean, also because of the directors. Because I've only seen the pilot of Marco Polo, but I still have to see their first film, Kon-Tiki, which I heard is amazing. And I have it on Netflix on DVD, so I'll have to check it out.
All right then. So long.